Well, who do we look for today? One story that's developing is the twin turbo.
Yeah, the Pro Stock division should be the most interesting. We've got a turbocharged car, much smaller than all the others, competing against the big 700-inch cubic blocks.
Let's go to Brett Kepner, who'll be covering the pits for us today.
This is Bristol International Dragway, one of the most scenic racing facilities in the United States. And it is here that the International Hot Rod Association twice a year hosts national championship drag races that are some of the biggest in the country. Coming into this event, BID was sprayed with a top-secret traction compound that has yielded some near-record elapsed times that have already made this event one to watch. In the World Championship chase, Mark Oswald of the old Milwaukee Candies and Hughes Pontiac Trans Am had already wrapped the Winston World title in funny car, but has already recorded a 265-mile-per-hour speed here in qualifying. In Pro Stock Eliminator, Bob Glidden's 7-Eleven Chief Auto Parts Thunderbird is really screaming, having recorded a 7:25-second elapsed time that is leading the 16-car field. But his biggest rival is the turbocharged Buick V6 of Buddy Ingersoll that is making waves in the 700 cubic inch unlimited Pro Stock category. You'll be seeing this kind of action today on ESPN's coverage of the 1986 IHRA Winston Fallnationals.
Bob, I really believe that today's meet may be one of the more significant in drag racing history. The turbo really has a chance at winning. The emotions are very strong on both sides, love or hate, but it certainly threatens to revolutionize the sport.
There is the story of the weekend so far. The twin turbo Buick V6 engine in the car driven by Buddy Ingersoll. Now, this engine has 268 cubic inches compared with about 700 cubic inches of the other motors that are running here. This car has performed very well this weekend, the V6 Buick, and Buddy Ingersoll getting set to go here in the quarterfinal Pro Stock round against Billy Ewing.
Turbocharging, of course, is something that we have seen on single-seater open-wheel racing, both here as well as across the Atlantic the last couple of years. Interesting story as we take a look at Billy Ewing. Everybody seemed to be against the turbocharging when the season began. There was little success. You didn't hear too much about it, and now they're beginning to talk again. And here he comes again, Bob.
Yeah, he came from behind as the whole shot went to Billy Ewing, but Buddy Ingersoll pulled out the win with a 187-mile-an-hour run, 7.38.
As we look at the top end, Bob, the reaction time was dramatically different. Ewing got away at .079 or 79 thousandths of a second, while Ziegler was
Here is the semifinal round in Pro Stock, and Buddy Ingersoll is getting set to go against Ricky Smith. The question is, can Buddy continue his great performance here this weekend in the turbocharged V6 Buick? He's got his work cut out for him against Ricky Smith, the current World Pro Stock champion for IHRA.
I'll tell you what, Bob, the way things have been going, I think that Smith may be the one who has his work cut out for him. Ingersoll once again at the disadvantage at the start.
Oh, a close race. Smith had the whole shot, but Ingersoll beat him. Believe it or not, a 192.30 for Buddy Ingersoll, a 733, 746 for Ricky Smith, and Ingersoll is going to move into the finals.
An absolute astounding race.
Ooh.
It's almost hard to believe that Ingersoll won that race. He turned in another 7.3. That's his third one in a row. He'll be going up against Bob Glidden or Terry Adams, and one of those is really going to have his work cut out for him.
Well, stepping out of the car, what has to be his biggest win yet, Buddy, a 733, 192 miles per hour from this thing, beating world champ Ricky Smith.
Oh, that's good. I mean, Ricky's, like I say the last run, Ricky he's tough now. He puts it down the track every time, and he gets the job done. And it's when you beat somebody like that, it's really satisfying.
Well, your modesty is incredible, because there's no question that you indeed are also getting the job done with absolutely unbelievable times. And I've got to tell you, as I said to Bob Glidden in the last round, we're making history here in the final.
Well, the Buick V6 this weekend, we've been able to get everything just right, and everything's happening for us. And sometimes when it's your day, it's your day.
Well, I'm sure you realize that we could indeed be changing the class of Pro Stock forever with this last run.
Well, it'll be awful tough to beat him, but we'll go up there and put a run on him.
You know it or not, but Buddy Ingersoll ran 733, 192 in his semi, so you have lane chase.
I saw that. I knew Terry was going to make a good run, which he did, and the final ought to be even tighter.
No question about it. And, as I told Buddy and I told you in the previous round, it is going to be history in the making. This is going to be the old-style Pro Stocker against what many people consider the wave of the future.
I'm going to have to do my best for sure next round. These Pro Stock guys would shoot me down if this turbocharged thing wins this Pro Stock.
We are back at the Fall Nationals at Bristol Dragway in Bristol, Tennessee, and ready now for the Pro Stock Finals. The two contestants from Whiteland, Indiana, Bob Glidden on the left, and from Ziegler, Illinois, Buddy Ingersoll on the right. Ingersoll, of course, will run the twin turbocharged V6 Buick against the normal, shall we say, power plant of Bob Glidden.
Glidden's V8 Thunderbird versus Ingersoll's Buick Regal. The Buick Regal, 268 cubic inches against a refrigerator underneath the hood of Glidden's car.
Well, Ingersoll has had such a successful weekend this weekend. For really the first time this year, he has gotten himself into the finals, but he has a lot of work to do if he's going to beat Bob Glidden, who's staging here in the near lane.
Bob is going to take a 190-mile-an-hour run, an almost unheard of time a couple years ago to win this one.
Let's see what happens. Ingersoll is now ready in the far lane. The Pro Stock Finals set to go. Green light comes on. Good reaction for Buddy Ingersoll in the far lane, but here comes Glidden pulling ahead and winning by just inches, it looks like. 193.96. Bob Glidden's ET was 7:28, a reaction time of .099. Ingersoll with a reaction time of 0.60.
And Bob Glidden saves face and maybe bragging rights for the entire clan for another winner.
So Bob Glidden from Whiteland, Indiana wins another IHRA drag race. Let's go to Brett Kepner and get Bob Glidden's comments.
Bob Glidden has just scored a big one for the Pro Stock fanatics who enjoy the 700 cubic inch mountain motor type of machinery. And Bob, this was one that really counted, defeating Buddy Ingersoll here in the Pro Stock final around 7:28, 193 miles an hour. You got around the V6.
I think it was a good starting line lead for both cars, and I think the turbo just didn't have enough stuff down at this end.
Well, it ran 7:37, 189, so it did slow down, but even so, it hadn't been in the 20s.
I'll tell you, he did an excellent job getting the car. He's fought that thing throughout the season. Apparently he's got it worked out fairly well. My hat's off to him. I'm not a turbo fanatic by any means, but I think Buddy's done an excellent job. I just want to thank the people, the sponsors, Ford Motor Company, Motorcraft, the people at Southland Corporation, Chief Auto Parts, 711 Sitco, and I guess most of all I need to thank the people at ESPN for coming around and chasing this racing and drag racing and helping us